Life is hard for a dog here at Prepper's Paradise. Really tough being a dog here. So another sure sign of spring is the trees are budding out. And I've been checking out, and sure enough, look at that, all the way up on all the big trees. We are getting new life. So yeah, the wild Saskatoon bushes are doing the same thing. So that's good. It's spring. Time to get moving. So I have moved the location of the compost tea barrel that we were using last year. I've moved it over here. You can see the pile behind over here. That's the charcoal to make the biochar. I'm using the compost tea to charge the biochar. I'm going to be bringing a steel barrel over, and once I've got compost tea made in here, then I'm going to put it in the steel barrel. And what I'll start with is we're still running the wood stove in the shop and in the house, but it's the one in the shop I'm getting the charcoal out of. And so what I'll do is I'll be pouring the charcoal into the compost tea, into the steel barrel. Because again, as you can see, the snow is going away, and even around the pile, I don't have snow anymore to put the fire out. Because I bring the charcoals out, it's red hot. It's red hot embers burning still. Get it to the point where there's no flame or hardly any flame coming off of it, and it's red all the way through, and I can take something and just tap it and it breaks apart, then I know we're good to go. And that's when it goes in the pile. So what I'm going to do, now that I still have to put the fire out, I'm just going to do it directly with compost tea, but not in a plastic barrel. I'll use a steel barrel for that. But that's where we're going with next, but I need the compost tea going. So we're still getting a little bit of freezing at night, but it's minus 2s and minus 3s, you know, just below freezing. So yeah, I'm not worried about it. So you know, minus 2 or minus 4 Celsius, right, is you know 28 Fahrenheit. So it's not a big deal. So hopefully you'll be able to see this. As you can see, it's all muddy. I rolled it over carefully, doing the barrel roll. But there's still a lot of stuff in here from last year, and then we've been adding compost over the winter. I've thrown a few more things in today, and I'm doing it with this so that even when it's heavy and I want to get some compost tea out, I can hopefully tip it. So right now there's water's up to about here. What I'm going to do is, again, because it is still freezing at night, and I put it where it's, as you can see, it's in the sun. I'm going to leave it like this, and I'm going to put the lid on and put the plant on the lid so the wind doesn't blow it off. And my plan is every day I'm going to add a 20-liter or 5-gallon pail of water to it every day until it's full, and then again it gives it time for the water to warm up a little bit more, everything to get better. And I don't think it's going to split anyways. It has an open top, so even if we did get a hard freezing night, I don't think it'll split this. Pretty robust. Just want to make sure. I'm just going to take my time, and also this way is that there's just more going on in here. So just to recap, I cut the lid off last year, and so now when you put it on, this is how I do all my barrels. When you put it back on, it's not a completely airtight lid, but it's pretty close. And when you put some weight on it, there you go. And so yeah, we're getting going on the compost tea. And what I'm going to be doing is we have some other compost in other pails, and I've got those other 3 barrels. I'm going to be cutting the lids off those, cleaning them out, bringing them. I'll bring one over here And then I'm going to disperse them around the yard so I have compost tea closer to other gardens as well. And yeah, get them going. You get lots of compost tea going and building soil and planting. So this is one of the 5-gallon pails of wood chips that I charged with compost tea last year. I'm going to recharge it once I get some of the compost made. I'll fill more. I'll fill it right to the top and let the wood soak it all in again. And then this is going to get mixed into gardens. And it's going to go into my soil making process as well, into the actual compost piles as I do them. And the hope is that the pre-charged wood chips will be in the soil and they won't be taking nitrogen and nutrients out of the compost piles or the ground they go into. They're charged and they'll be doing the opposite. They'll be putting the nutrients out. It's a test. We'll see how it goes. Last year when I was doing potatoes and I put some of this in with the potatoes, and boy, the potatoes just took off, just boom. So we'll see how it goes, but yeah, another part of the project. So another one of the treasures that I'm finding all over the place here on this land at Prepper's Paradise, and things I've been able to make use out of, and one of them is the sleigh that was discarded, and I pulled it out of the grass and have made use of it all year long for firewood. And this one I've been waiting for things to thaw enough so I can get this old barrel out of the ground, and there it is, and it's got a big ding in it, so I don't mind cutting the top off and using this for, like I said, filling it with compost tea and putting the biochar in it, the charcoal, and charging the charcoal into biochar with compost tea in a steel barrel. And this one's all banged up anyways, so I don't mind, doing some work to it.